Hey everybody, I'm Paulie G. Welcome back to the Paulie G Show, coming to you live from high atop Mount Georgia with the finished Jazzmaster. And, as promised, we will be testing it out, excuse me, in a live setting here. I have not plugged this guitar in yet. I did, in all honesty, did a tap on the pickups as I was installing them just to make sure that I was getting a signal there. I didn't want to build the whole thing out and then find out, plugged it in, nothing worked. So, but that was with no strings, none of that, none of the connections were made. So this will be very much a live test for both you and me. I know this took a while to get to this video. I've been very busy. I've been traveling take care of some work. I just got back from Chicago, actually. While I was out there, I was able to visit Chicago Music Exchange. That was a lot of fun. Very nice store, I have to say. Very, very impressive. Great, great guitar selection. A lot of expensive stuff. I behaved myself. I didn't buy anything, so kind of proud of myself for that. But I couldn't wait to get back and just kind of do some work on this, get it ready for the plug-in. Now, I will say a few things before I do that. This needs a lot of work in terms of setup. It's a disaster. I mean, the action, you could drive a Buick underneath these strings. The action is so high. And I've lowered the bridge as low as I possibly can, so got a lot of nut filing to do to get this action to where it's reasonably playable. Otherwise, you know, it feels pretty good. The neck feels good. The fret ends are pretty decent. The tuners seem to work okay. The strings I threw on were these really cheap, lousy strings that came with the kit. I just wanted to use it as a test. I didn't want to take a nice, you know, set of strings that I know I'm going to have to pull off and do all manner of setup work on. So this is just a test. It's a dry run. We'll see how it goes. And without further ado, we'll plug it in and see what happens. But first, a prayer. Life! Give my creation life! Throw the first switch! Throw the second switch! Throw the third switch! Well, we've got a guitar, folks. Wow. It works. It works. Oh, for that I am most grateful. And now I can focus on making this much more playable than it is now. It is quite in need of a proper setup. So I've got a lot of work to do there. So, in closing, let me just share a few thoughts. These fretwire guitar kits are a very inexpensive way to, you know, build a guitar and learn. And, you know, what have I learned? Well, I learned how to solder. Never did that before. So I'll feel much less intimidated if I decide to swap out some pickups perhaps on another guitar rather than taking it to my excellent guitar tech that I have. I might just take a run at it myself. You know, I'll be less intimidated with that. So that was a great thing. Setup wise, I think I'll learn a lot more having to get this thing corrected and working correctly. But, you know, I'll say that if you're going to do one of these guitar kits, and I do recommend it if you have the time and the desire to do it, just make sure you've got a very good selection of tools, because these things don't fit together, like a jigsaw puzzle. There was a lot of manipulation necessary to get some of these parts to fit together and to function together. And the things like the pots, I can already kind of tell just from that quick little test, it probably don't work that well. I might have to swap those out. I don't know about the switch. It seemed to work okay, but I like the pickups, and it's a good value. I mean, for a couple $100, it's a great experiment. It's been a lot of fun doing it. I appreciate your tuning in and checking it out. And now I will get it to where it's functioning better. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the guitar. I might. I'm actually considering donating it to. There's a great charity, the name of which escapes me at the moment, but I'll make another video and talk about it. With the U.S. troops looking for guitars, both acoustic and electric. So it might wind up in one of those places. We'll see. But it's been fun. It's been a great learning experience. I've enjoyed it, and I'm really excited that it actually works. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Paulie G Show.